Hello, ladies and gentlemen, party people, boys and girls, children of all ages. What is there like a... We actually haven't answered that question if there's an age limit, like a youngest, like you're too young to play Airsoft.
I think it just depends on what field.
Yeah, I guess it would be the field that determines that. But is there like... How old would you say, like, so someone in your family's like, my son or daughter wants to get into Airsoft?
I'd say like 12 or 13 is probably most field limit.
Right, but if it was like, could you take them out to like, your, like, say that you play with your friends on like some property or something, and a family member or whatever knows that you do that.
I mean, as long as you're wearing the right safety equipment and they're comfortable doing it.
6?
I don't know, man. Maybe
give me a number.
I'm gonna say youngest.
Absolute youngest. Like you look at this kid and you're like
7.
You're like, okay, but you're pushing it. 7, you think?
Absolute youngest is 7.
How old is that, right?
And I say that he's older than that. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a teenager, I think. I'll say this. I was a very large 7-year-old.
You were. Yeah.
I was a 14-year-old. You probably definitely would have been able to get onto the field.
Yeah. You were already a grown man at 16.
Yeah. I'll say this. A good rule of thumb, have they had their bar mitzvah? If not, probably too young to go play Airsoft.
Have they... I don't know.
Let's do this a little different. I want to try something new. Let's talk about our week at the end.
Okay.
Because people who are just watching for the content might just want us to get right to it.
Well, I guess.
I mean, it's just an idea.
No, I know. Let's do it. So, all right. Well, then, straight to business.
Yeah, straight to business, dude. It's a mullet. Business in the front.
Party in the back. Yeah.
We get to tell you all the cool stuff at the end.
We're the mullet of podcasts here at Port City Podcast. So this week we are talking about kit ergonomics, not necessarily weapon ergonomics or blaster ergonomics, but the flow of your gear as you're using it. A lot of people don't think about it, especially new players. They just kind of like throw a bunch of stuff on or don't put anything on and then just run out with magazines in their pockets. And all of which is viable. But if you're trying to get into it, trying to get into more of the milsim side of things, even the speed soft side of things, like these are all things that eventually, if you play the game of Airsoft long enough, you're going to invest in some type of kit. So these are just things to keep in mind when you're putting that together, planning that out.
I'm going to be running this little chest rig. You might have seen it on our Instagram.
I see you put the Hawaiian shirt on it this time. Yeah, you've been using the Flectarn.
I wanted to mix it up a little.
Yeah, looks good, dude. Is the scorpion on there?
Yeah, I didn't feel like putting that on there. And we got a little treat. Should we? I feel like we should at least show it.
No. We've talked about it already, haven't we?
I want to.
If you want to, it's yours, bro. Go ahead.
All right.
We'll do it at the end.
Well, yeah, at the end, I mean. So
stay
tuned for a little treat.
You get your content up front, but you don't get the treat unless you stay till the end.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So anyways, but yeah, most people are going to end up getting a kit. You can get some really affordable stuff. I think that company Yaketa or something like that.
Yeah.
They make honestly a good selection of very affordable rigs.
We have their patch back
and
here.
If you watched our new Ghost video, you would have seen that we used one of the Yaketa how do you say that? Yaketa
maybe Yaketa
rigs. We used one of those for that budget loadout. So
I've seen some really nice stuff. Like that was on the cheaper end too.
The cards.
Yeah. And that kit was I've seen from that same company for $60 the rigs with like the fast clips, the new fast clips that everybody likes using.
Yeah,
now.
what's that about, dude?
Fast clips, dude. Velcro, man. You want the enemy to hear you in the middle of the jungle when you're taking your kid off to go to bed. Right? That's the whole point. It's the whole fun of it.
Yeah, it's a little risky. I got these bad boys.
little. It did pick it up.
But I can also.
Right. Well, yeah. So I mean, I will eventually get a rig with fast clips. I mean, it's just inevitable. But yeah, they had some good looking stuff.
And those run for like the one we got was like $39.
Yeah, something like that.
$38.
Yeah, I saw some for not much more than that.
That
were like
pouches
really
and
nice
everything,
looking.
so.
Yeah. So I guess I kind of pouches. You said pouches, dude. You triggered me for a segue to our first point.
Good.
Of overcrowding. So the idea of overcrowding is like you look at somebody who like this is their first plate carrier and you know it because they have pouches everywhere and they don't need any of them.
Yeah.
They don't need a single one of them.
Yeah,
they got
dude.
3 admin pouches, an IFAC, which I mean you do need, maybe not on your kit, but bring it with you. And just all kind of stuff, and then like a mag pouch, and they're always running out of ammo or something. So
it's like they've got 3 pouches for their grenades, and they got one for their walkie-talkie,
right?
and
but they don't have a walkie-talkie
for their binoculars.
They do have binoculars though.
But the idea is just like this is a very simple setup.
Yeah.
I actually only have the 3 mags because my other ones go on my belt. 2 pistol mag pouches, which I don't keep anything in there because belt. And then just 2 little admin pouches for my little treats, for my tools, and for some zip ties.
Do you have any more treats?
Arrest somebody.
Do you have any more of those treats in there?
I do. I have one left. I ate one right before we started.
Okay.
Little
got a
tiny
little bit
treats.
of this fruit bar.
And I have one of these.
Ooh.
LED.
I should get one of those.
Lights. Instead, Corbin has 69 chem lights.
Boosh! Ooh.
Gone.
Boosh! Goosh!
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the time comes, I'm just gonna. I gotcha. Thank you. I forgot about that.
It's all right. But yeah, overcrowding.
Yeah. I actually forgot.
Yeah, I know.
What we were talking about.
I was. But overcrowding, you just don't want to have too much too close together. Even here, sometimes these can feel a little crowded, and I stack them in a way to where I can like. If they're all like exactly the same height, it doesn't really do me much good. So I like to have them to where they like alternate.
Yeah, makes sense.
Each one's higher than the last one. So, but that's just because of the way that these are tilted. Right, so I can easily grab any of them. But the idea is just that you have access to the stuff that you need, primarily magazines.
So one difference in ours, we have very similar laid out kits, but the one difference is I have these little tabs on mine, and Isaac doesn't. So
mine have elastic inside of the
So his
pouch.
his have inserts that grab, like, just make it a little bit tighter for that magazine.
Firmly grasp it.
Yeah, firmly grasp it. But mine, it doesn't have that. It just has a little tab, so it basically accomplishes the same thing. They're not super. I mean, they are pretty loose in there.
Yeah, but they're not going to fly out or anything.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, with this rig on, I'm not going to be doing anything that would probably cause a magazine to fly out of this.
Sometimes you can get very tall mag pouches. Like for my Airsoft rig, I have some like this, but I took the tabs off because they're never
very tall.
fall
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But I really think it's really a simple concept. Don't overcrowd your stuff, especially on your belt. You don't always have to have pouches touching each other.
Yeah.
If you can't reach a zipper, and even here, the zippers can go down into the middle between these two pouches because it opens all the way. But I keep them on top, sometimes at opposite corners, sometimes just right in the middle. But I just try to keep them away from each other so that I always have access to what I need. I don't want to be fumbling through my stuff to get into a part of my kit that I need and not be able to do it efficiently.
Something else I just thought about, if you notice on both of these, and this is probably something that's just going to come standard, but it may not. But on both of ours, the zippers have massive tabs that are very easy to grab because majority of the time you're going to be wearing gloves. So it's better, like you're not going to have the fine kind of,
my zipper. Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. So you just got to firmly grasp it and then just rip that thing. Rip it. Grip it and rip it, I think is what the kids say.
I do think that's a tech deck term.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
not a sponsor.
So, overcrowding. Think about the things that you're going to need. Stick? Where is that ripstick, dude? Do you have one in here?
No, it's out there.
I was about to ride it. If just think about the things, and a lot of that comes with playing and just doing it, learning kind of what you do and don't need on the field. But
playtesting your kid
is important.
Really show you what's wrong.
Absolutely. With it. We can kind of jump around here, but so all of this basically, once you get your kit figured out, like you've got your mag pouches set, maybe you do have an admin pouch that just has some tools, and you've got grenade pouches for your Thunder Bees or whatever, your flashbangs and whatnot. You've got all that laid out. Start practicing. Grab your AEG, grab whatever blaster you're going to be using, and empty out all the magazines. Obviously, don't put a battery in the blaster. And just go through, practice mag changes, practice transitioning to your sidearm, practice, transitioning to a grenade, transitioning to a smoke,
just because you have it on you doesn't mean you can use it.
Right, yeah. Practice going through your stuff, learn where everything is in your kit so that this happened, I need a grenade, I'm going right here. And it's all just instinctual, I'm reaching right here every time.
You have to think through logically what is priority of use. A mag is what I always build my kits around the magazine layout. Yeah. So always going to have those front and center, most easy to access, especially on my belt. I run some M4 mags on there for Airsoft, and basically I have those right here. You can't really see, but right on my front left side on my hip, and then behind that on my left side is my grenade pouch, and then I think I have a second grenade pouch on my right hip. So the idea is that basically, if I am firing my blaster and I run out of ammo, I can quickly hit a reload while still keeping my blaster up, watching the angle I have. And I can also easily, with that left hand, open up my grenade pouch and grab a grenade out of there. And then with one hand, I can effectively throw that because I can grab it, loop my finger through the pin and just kind of pop that out and then chuck it. Yeah. Now, if you're, not planning on using a grenade very often, or let's say you have smokes or something, you can plan to only reach for stuff if you have cover, right? So if it's off your right side, you may be expecting to put your weapon or your blaster down and, grab whatever you need. Like a radio, you don't really need to have super easy access to it unless you're really going to be relying on comms, because then if you have an issue, you run up to some cover, you tell your buddy to cover you, you can reach behind you, take the radio out, fix it, put it back. But you want to have all your important stuff front and center, very easy to access. If you shoot off of your right shoulder, put most of your stuff on your center or left side. And then vice versa, if you shoot off your left side, center or right side for your ammo.
And then, what you were saying about planning on if you do have your grenades on your right side, planning on only accessing them from cover or a radio or something. Yeah. Knowing your play style and building out your kit with that in mind. So if you do hit a bunch of baseball slides, maybe don't put a bunch of mag pouches and whatnot on your sides, on your hips, stuff like that. Or
we ran into some stuff like that. Shay wound up breaking one of his mag pouches because he hits a lot of slides, and he had some mag pouches on his hip, and they broke. And so, then you have to think, all right, do I just not run mag pouches, or do I need to get some cloth full seal pouches, know, because that's a viable option. Like for my sniper, this is actually a great example. Back when I used to snipe all the time, I wore this leaf suit that I made. That's actually not a Novritsch one. That's a custom one.
Dang, dude, it looks so good.
I didn't make it. I had a friend who helped me make it.
That's, right. That's why it looks
But
good.
it was back before he was selling his. So, I mean, he had one. I just don't think it was available for sale yet.
Yeah, he was like making it and wearing it and whatnot.
So I made one based off of his. But anyways, I designed that. It's got the buckle in the front. It's open around the hip so I can wear my waist rig. And then all of my sniper mags are full seal Velcro with pull tabs because I need to have my ammo on my hips, but I also need to be able to crawl. And I can't be getting dirt into my stuff, and it's going to be dragging, and I don't want anything to break. So think through stuff like that. With this, I'm not really going to hit a lot of prone with actual plate carrier, but I might with only a belt or a chest rig or something a little bit lighter. But even when I do,
you can get on your stomach with this.
Even when I do, there's not. I mean, this one is not very,
mine
doesn't protrude a whole lot. Yours is a little bit further.
Well, because
out.
mine has a whole other another row of mags.
Yeah, exactly. So, but think through that type of stuff. If you're someone who wants to just lay down and hold one little cheeky corner of the field, like
if you're a little sleepy boy, want to lay down on the field,
pick out a nice waist rig and run your mags on your side.
Yeah,
if you end up laying down on your back a lot and like peeking around like the corner of a car or something, don't put stuff on your back. So, there's no one like right choice when it comes to your rig.
So I think we kind of touched on two of these points differently: ease of access and range of motion. So ease of access being like what you were saying, like being able to easily access the different parts of your kit, whatever you need. Like if you know that you're going to need something more than something else, putting it in a spot where it's easy to reach, easy to get to. And you're having to fiddle around with tabs, not having to fiddle around with whatever. Like if it's a zipper, making it as easy to get to as possible, easy to unzip as possible. Like what you were saying with that, and then how I've got them here. And then the range of motion, like
I was going to say for the ease of access, one thing is having a consistent kit will help with that. Like I mix up my kit pretty often just because I'm trying a bunch of different stuff right now and seeing where I want to land. Because I used to I would snipe all the time, but there's been a lot of changes to the field here since we've come back this year to start playing again. I haven't played for a few years, and so all of my kit was built around stealth, sneaking, and like range. And so I was running like the leaf suit, the waist rig. I had a big suppressor on my pistol, like all that stuff.
Suppressor?
I hardly know her.
Dude.
I don't know her all that well.
I gotta meet this lady.
This freaking lady, dude.
Yeah, right.
But anyways, like one of the guys on the field was asking me like, what are some options, because he doesn't really want to run like a full kit. He doesn't want to do like a milsim kit, but he wants a way to transport his gear, like his mags and stuff. So I was going over some like chest rigs and some simple stuff with him, but like having something picked out that you use regularly, you will fine tune that over time. And like, at a certain point, you don't have to look. Ease of access just becomes, I know exactly where this has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the mask on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to like look down because your vision is cut off like here.
I just be feeling my mag pouches for empty mags.
Plus, it's not a great practice to be looking at your rig, because you want to be watching. You want to know what's happening on the field. So you want to be able to look and, be able to hold an angle while you're grabbing stuff.
Actually, it's funny you say that, because I think I remember talking to Ben. And he was just saying like that it was hard, like trying to find to get to his mags. And I literally said, I think that's something that comes over time. Like the more you play with your kit, the more I reach right here and grab, and I grab every time.
And
It
you
pulls
may
up.
find that you have a very hard time finding especially with gloves, finding the Velcro strap if it's one that's like closed. And then maybe that means you need to run one without anything covering so you can feel that mag, or maybe you need one with the tabs so that you can easily feel.
What I've done is, so this is not necessarily the most ideal setup, but I've practiced a way of pushing the tab off of the mag to get to it in a way that's fast. Like I've just rehearsed that to get.
So I actually, when I run stuff with tabs, I actually do that little thing that they do with the AK mags, and I actually put it on the corner always, and no matter what, and I tighten it down to be super tight, and I just flick it, and that's all I do. It's just but again, that comes with, if I'm sprinting all the time and hitting slides, this may be less secure. So
and that's what I found.
Like that.
That's what I found. So when I was playing and I had that set up, it was slipping off, and then the mags are flying out. So
so
I had to just do it like that.
It just comes with practice and timing. But
that's
ease
an
of access,
example.
You will eventually memorize where everything's at.
Yeah, and that's just an example of your play style kind of determining one thing and then kind of adapting and changing to kind of like fit that and make it work.
And it makes sense because I've been playing with this upgraded M4, which is just like reaching out. Yeah. So like I don't really want to get close because it shoots so hard.
Yeah.
And because I enjoy reaching out past where people
can't touch you.
Running essentially a submachine gun.
Yeah.
So you're having to get up there and get like,
I love it, dude. So much
get
fun.
there quick and establish like
a position.
Yeah. You're like holding positions and like taking positions, whereas I'm more so focused on supporting.
We got to get comms, dude. We have to get comms between us.
I found some that we can get.
Cool. We have to do that.
So we might want to order those today.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
So we can have them by the 29th.
All right. We'll talk about it after this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Pizza.
But anyway, dude, we should. What was the other thing you said? Ease of access and
range of motion.
That's another one.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I had at one point on this rig a big freaking admin. It was like a medical pouch or something right behind me, and my arm was just bumping into it right here all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll say like the one spot it was kind of nice is when you're shouldering, and you just kind of that was kind of nice. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, but any other time I needed to do anything else, I had to like cock my arm out at a weird angle.
Yep.
And it was just bad. And then I have like a tourniquet right here, and a tourniquet's a good thing to have, but not when it's in the way.
Yeah, like this. So my tourniquet on my, because I have one for every limb. I just have most of them on my belt.
Yeah.
But this is a little Velcro insert that goes betwixt.
Ooh, betwixt.
Yeah, and it just pinches it right there on the side.
I like that.
So
can you send me that?
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Link it.
Yeah.
Link it to me.
We'll look up. We'll look it up.
It's
later.
fine.
But anyways,
that's good though.
Yeah, just figuring out how to be clever with your space, and like for example, Nathan loves running. Like he actually, after watching our "What Should You Wear to Your First Airsoft Day," decided that overalls is the move.
Yes,
and I love that.
It is.
I love that people are watching
move.
and people are getting stuff out of it, because that's the goal here, is that people are able to use this as a resource. But he runs like the overalls, a t-shirt, and a like $40 Condor chest rig.
It's the same one I've got. Yeah,
and it's like that's it. He's got that. He's got the headband and his M4, and he's rocking and rolling.
It's a good kit.
But then there's also dudes out there with like
SCP loadouts
and all sorts of crazy stuff. There's a lot of guys who just run full kits, helmet, like everything, and it's like, depending on what you want to do, changes that. Those guys have so much gear on them, and I feel like previously in the past I have leaned more towards that full kit setup.
Yeah.
And I've kind of moved away from that recently.
Yeah.
And especially because I'm only going to be running that chest rig when we go out.
You're not going to run your belt?
No, I'll run my belt, but I'll probably only have like my holster and stuff on there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably it.
So
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, obviously for a mill sim, there's like regulations and whatnot, but for just a pickup game, man.
Yeah, for weekend games.
Like, I'm just trying to play Airsoft.
Trust me, when we go to this Milsim event,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm probably gonna bring a backpack.
I have to buy like my BDUs and everything.
Yeah.
I gotta do all that today. I got paid, so.
He said just wear full multicam.
You already have full multicam.
Which I might just do that. I want to wear the DEA jacket, but I also don't want to spend any more money right now.
I kind of need
multicam. Anyways.
Yeah.
Let's just run full.
I gotta get the Flectarn.
Yeah, but that's like $15 for a jacket.
That's true.
You know?
And pants.
That's like $30. You'll be able to get the Flectarn.
That's fair. All right.
But what else we got on here?
So one thing to do, and we have also kind of talked about this passively with like magazines and stuff, but making sure stuff is locked down, that it's not going to like flop around or fly out. Obviously, you're going to have some jiggle and shake with your rig, but like, you want to make sure that your mags aren't just going to be flying out of your rig when you're sprinting. You want to make sure that your sidearm's not, coming out the holster, and your pouches aren't flopping open and everything.
Yeah. And there's really no way to know unless you test it.
Yeah, testing your kit.
You'll find out.
Yeah. When you get all the stuff, just put it together, wear it around the house.
We hit sprints out in the street.
We do. We hit sprints.
Like, what? Like 60 feet maybe?
Yeah.
And
do that
we just
a few times.
Back and forth. We sprint into a crouch position. We'll do like a couple little push-ups or something, and then just to like test it.
Do some jumping jacks.
It says on there weight.
Yeah.
We've touched on that a little, but I think that really is like what do you want to what do you want to get out of it?
Right.
Like,
I mean, if you run a PKM, then you're accepting your fate.
Yeah. You're wearing everything.
Yeah, you're wearing everything.
You're wearing the whole thing.
The whole kit and caboodle.
The one thing that you have to consider.
The only thing.
This is good stuff, and it really is true that this is very much so up to preference. These are just some general concepts to abide by, but I don't want to leave you guys with just some vague like ideas. So I would say, like, actual practical steps to take to get your first kit set up or to improve your kit is go out there and see how much ammo you use in one pickup game. I rarely go through 3 mags, but Corbin will go through like 5.
5 or 6, easy.
And so for him, he has to consider carrying that much ammo. For me, I don't have to do that. With my M4, sometimes all I run is 5 mags. I have 2 on my belt in like some, quick access normal like mag pouches, and then 2 in a double stacked buckle mag pouch on my back, and then I keep one in my pocket and I throw that into the blaster when I get on the field. So I only have 5, and I rarely go through 3. But like,
crazy.
If you're running like Ezra and you have a submachine gun and you're running burst or full or whatever, he's got 6 mags, and he may burn through all of those in a game. So you just kind of have to like think about what your blaster is, how fast you're going to be firing, how much you're going to burn through in one game, and carry 1 or 2 extra on top of that. I would say probably 2 extra, just in case it's a long match.
I tend to at least have a high cap that I bring with me somewhere. Yeah.
So, but as far as like real concepts to like take away and apply, I would say first start with how much ammo you're going to use.
Yeah.
Build everything around that. Where are you going to carry those mags? How does the layout need to be?
Mm-hmm.
What's the weight, of if you're trying to run and gun and do some really aggressive gameplay, you don't want a plate carrier on that's going to slow you down, especially if you have real plates or weighted plates or even like mock foam plates. It's just the weight's gonna add up over time, you know. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to like, and this can kind of segue into our little treat if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Is that everything before I?
Yeah, that is everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to play more of a support role with like a sniper or an LMG or something, your ammo count's going to be very different. So I bought the chest rig, which holds 8 AK mags and then has 2 big admin pouches on the side for me to put whatever I want in there. I'm probably going to put like
candy bars.
I'm probably going to put a grenade in one and some
Snickers,
some high cap or something in the other.
Yeah.
And then 8 AK mags for my special boy, which is here, which has arrived. And I'm going to we don't usually do this.
We don't
show blasters before the review is out, but this review's not going to come out for a little while, and I'm so excited for it that I want to show you guys just a little sneak peek.
Totally stoked. I don't think he's done anything but talk about this since he got it, and his family's concerned. And there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
The PK, or not PK, RPK.
Here, let me grab the. Yeah.
Yeah. Is
it
right
right towards you a little bit?
Towards.
Dude, there it is. So big.
Real wood.
The girth.
Full metal.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to get the mag just right though.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah. It works well though. We got a review coming out
Here,
on
flip
this
it around.
TBD.
Oh man,
I don't know
real
when.
heavy.
Yeah, bipottery. So this folds out. Well, just watch the review. It's kind of tough to. I don't want to mess with it too much, but
so he's excited about that.
If you're running this, you're gonna need a lot more ammo.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
So, just keep it in mind. What your intentions are.
Just keep it in mind what your intentions are, is what Isaac said.
What?
You're not on mic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Keep in mind what your objective / intention is on the field.
Yeah.
Don't just run out there willy-nilly.
Who's Willie?
I don't know, but he's acting real nilly right now.
I can't stand it.
Chair broke.
Chair broke.
I think that's everything. We can kind of talk through our week.
So, Jun.
RPK. New baby.
New son.
My favorite. Whoo, dude.
He's so excited about this thing. It's been that. Anytime I talk to him.
Up.
And then that.
Tear it
yeah.
up.
And this has been my experience.
I'm going to lay down so much hate.
A minute now.
Dude, all I can think about is just finding a good position to set up and just cover. And then I just
You're the cover.
No, I'm saying someone else is yelling cover.
Oh, and then you
and then I
yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you, man.
So anyways, that's my dream.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's
I've always
wanted the reoccurring dream.
I've always wanted
to
have some form of LMG to play with, and that is the one I decided on.
Mm. Anything else happening interesting in Oh, you're going to play this weekend?
Yeah. You were
tomorrow,
supposed to, but
I was supposed to, but
work calls.
I got screwed by my job.
We don't really have any new patches up there. No, not really. I mean, so we had that mishap with the one AK, and I still haven't heard from the retailer. I don't really know what's going on with that. I mean, if they don't, so
that's so wild. You haven't heard anything?
The manufacturer has a 1-year warranty on it.
Yeah,
and the retailer has a 40-day, but they're not answering my phone calls. They have. They told me like 2 or 3 weeks ago that it would be 4 to 5 days before I heard back. So it's been
and you've called since
way
then?
too long. Yeah, several times.
Dang.
And I think quite honestly, either they're very understaffed and just can't get to my thing, or they don't want to do the return and they want to force me to go through the manufacturer, so they're just not answering. I don't know which one. I'm hoping that they're just understaffed and it's not something intentional. So, but trust me, if something weird happens, we will be talking about it on this podcast, because
Absolutely.
I spent
Money.
my hard-earned money on something that doesn't work.
That's two things in this podcast studio that won't work.
But anyways,
the second being
you
me.
you got some more mags, right?
Did get more mags. I got a little 5-pack of the Lancer mid-cap AK mags, which I was excited to use.
Did you get the 140 or the
this
190?
Saturday. The 190, I think.
That's what I have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the 29th.
29th.
Trying to think what else. Ooh. I got the mount for my AK, the optic mount for my AK.
Finally showed up.
Does
it work?
It does work.
Good.
And I slapped that red dot that I got on there, and it looks
good. Yeah. Oh yeah, you did send me that. You did send me a photo of that.
And I put a slang on it. I slanged it.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude. I've been practicing my transition.
You know, it's a lot harder to
with
to
the
be
sling?
tactical with an AK.
It is,
It's
but
doable.
I
You can
do it.
You can do it,
and
but
I
you have
do.
to mean it.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's no tactical. There's no tactical. That I'm not even trying to be tactical. I'm trying to let them know where I'm at.
Yeah, you gotta put an amplifier on it.
I'm thinking about putting an amplifier on it, so it's just like it'll look dumb, but it'll sound cool.
It will. You should just you could just carry a Bluetooth speaker around with you.
Just play
and have just sync it up to like a trigger on the blaster to where when you pull the trigger it does like a it plays us a second of the communist national or the not communist, the Russian national anthem.
Soviet
national anthem. Thank you.
Yeah.
But the Smash Mouth
told me the world's gonna roll me.
Yeah, that one.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. He was looking kind of
Classic,
dumb.
dude.
I don't know if that's it.
It is classic.
I don't know if that is the right tune, but that is the tune that's in my head, and it's very specific.
It is.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah, but no, I'm disappointed that I can't go this weekend. But other duty calls.
Yeah.
And I have to make money
duty.
because somebody decided that we have to have money to live.
Yeah.
So now I gotta work instead of playing Airsoft.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
gonna be
Playing Airsoft.
with that.
Oh no, Isaac!
I'm so excited.
Contain yourself.
Somebody is gonna have to stop me.
I don't think anyone can.
What are they gonna do? Tell me what they can do.
I'm looking at it right now and wondering.
Tell me what they can do. What are they capable of doing to stop that?
And we'll find out, I guess.
I mean, dude, all I'm saying is if I hold those angles,
If you hold the angles?
if I hold that angle with my M4 on semi, how well do you think I hold it now?
Airsofters, I'm scared.
You should be. This is
Terrified.
not a good. This was bad that Evike actually decided to go.
Yeah, they shouldn't have sold you this.
Isaac gets LMG.
They shouldn't have sold you that. So
But they're the fools for doing it.
they're
so.
the fools.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No. Nope.
No? All right, well, let's get the heck out of here, man. What do you think? Oh. I'll follow you. All right, I'm coming.
Corbin, I'm gonna murder some people.
Oh no. You don't want to say that we're recording, Isaac.
I'm gonna
You said that right into a
I'm gonna murder